A few months ago, I was invited to Portugal to check out AOC's new monitors, and genuinely the day before I was due to leave, I was packing and realised that the Edifier TWS MB Pro headphones that I usually use were buggered. So I rushed to Amazon and got next day before 1 PM delivery on these. Anker's Soundcore P40i TWS earbuds. These had a bit of a trial by fire in the way of 2-3 hour plane journeys, a whole long weekend of not charging them, followed by another couple of months of regular use, including while exercising while I was busy forgetting to make this video. To say that I've tested these thoroughly would be an understatement. So let me attempt to impart my month of experience in these in a reasonable length review. Here goes. Anker's Soundcore P40i's are at the top of their P in-ear range, with the P30 and P20i's sitting below these. While they do offer pretty similar features, the P30i's still offer active noise cancellation, for example, and all three offer IPX5 water resistance, these P40i's seem like the best of the bunch. And for the price, under 40 quid, I figured I'd splash out, compared to the 16 or 33 pounds for the 20 and 30s respectively. And I'm glad I did. These have continued to impress me as I keep using them. Although to be clear, these aren't like pro audiophile grade in-ears. These are budget TWS buds, so maybe lower your expectations a little. But for the class, damn, I'm impressed. These happily go toe-to-toe with £100 headphones that I've used over the years, so yeah, colour me impressed. Let's start with a look around them. As usual, you have a charging case in a little rounded pill form. This one isn't the smallest that I've seen, but isn't too horrendously bulky either. You have a USB-C charging port on the back, along with the most sleek pairing button I've ever seen. You would hardly notice there if you weren't actively looking for it, and a sort of status LED bar on the front. As you open the shell, you're greeted with both earbuds, and the USB here is the little tab on the front that you can flip up to use the case as a phone stand. I must say, this works remarkably well, especially thanks to the massive rubber pad on the bottom that keeps the whole thing from sliding off your tray table in front of you. Oh, and the case geometry means that when you close the lid, that little phone stand tab gets flicked down automatically. That's pretty cool. The headphones themselves look pretty standard, with silicone ear tips, a short bar-style arm, and a capacitive outer section, which is almost too easy to hit. Every time you try and adjust them in your ears, you will hit the sort of button. Anker does set a single tap action to do nothing by default, but you can change that in their app. For me, I've set it to volume up and down for left and right, but I would understand if you don't fancy that here. While I am here, I should talk about the other options. You can do single, double, or triple taps, and press and hold on each bud for different actions for all 6 of those options, or actually 8 of those options. And there's also 2 controls for during calls, which are locked by default. I should also mention that these are the first headphones that connect to an Android phone like AirPods do to iPhones, at least that I've used, meaning that you just open the case and they will ask if you want to pair them automatically, even without Bluetooth on. Once paired, they will show up not just as a little battery indicator in the top bar, but full percentages for both buds and the case as a notification. That's pretty cool. And speaking of the battery, man, these things are great. Just inside the lid, it lists 2 battery figures, 800 mAh and 530 mAh, with the 530 supposedly being rated capacity versus just capacity. So I'm not entirely sure if the 530 refers to the 2 headphones or just a different measurement style for the main case battery, but what I can say is that you will never have an issue with these things running out of charge. The box lists them as 12/24 hour, with the buds having 12 hours of playback and the case offering a further 24 hours. Honestly, after months of usage, I think I've only charged the case once or twice, and that was mostly out of habit for charging stuff before going on a trip. I don't think the case has ever been below 60% in my ownership.
As for the microphones, well, first of all, I just want to make it clear, it actually says 60 hours for the case battery on the box, not 24, but it also says crystal clear comms with 6 AI mics. I think this sounds fine. We're somewhat limited by the Windows sound quality or Bluetooth audio quality. We're getting, I think it's 16,000 kHz sampling, which Windows lists as tape recorder quality, which I find quite funny. But it sounds fine. They are good enough for your, calls and whatnot. They're not exactly broadcast quality, or pretty far from it actually, but I would call these good enough. That'll do.
As for the audio quality, well, that's kind of difficult to talk about without first showing you the insane number of options the app has for changing the audio quality. I think the app also might have been updated throughout my ownership time too, to add one rather interesting feature. I should quickly note that I don't have much to say about the active noise cancellation. These P40i's get this adaptive ANC feature, which I guess turns it up and down based on your sort of surroundings and whatnot. And I guess this is a true compliment because I didn't notice. It worked well and felt pretty seamless. Anyway, the next setting down from that is sound effects, and this is where the new feature is hiding. Previously, at least as far as I can remember anyway, you just had those sort of regular EQ modes with a whole lot of them, I might add, or you can make a custom EQ, but the new Hear ID sound feature, well, it basically plays a whole range of sounds to determine just how deaf you are, and then plays one song with 2 different settings to choose from. You pick from 6 different choices, and then it creates a custom EQ profile based on what you actually can hear and your preferences. I decided to add on the flat profile on top of that, but it does now sound better, so that's actually a pretty useful feature. The audio quality, even right out of the box, is pretty decent, but not mind-blowing. It isn't exactly audiophile grade. You're not going to be hearing subtle details that you've never heard before with these, but it is still pretty good. It's decently full sounding, a bit bass heavy as you probably will expect, but at least for my tuned profile, I balance the bass with a bit more mids, generally leaving the highs where they are, as just 2 sharp highs just hurt me. But especially with my tuned profile, you can definitely get an enjoyable sound out of the 11mm drivers that are in here. I have absolutely no problem with the audio quality here. I'm no audiophile though, so if you do have more discerning tastes, well, I guess probably don't be looking at £37 Bluetooth in-ears. I am really impressed with the amount of customization that these offer though. You really can tune the sound profile to your tastes, and that's pretty cool, especially for this sort of price tag. The long and short of this is that I'm very glad I bought these. Not only did they save the trip for me, they sound great, they last hours, are decently comfortable, and are even decent for exercise. Not perfect though, they do tend to start slipping out over time, but they didn't cost anywhere near what I would expect for what you get here. These feel like £80 to £100 headphones, so the fact that you can get them for £37 right now, well, that feels like a steal. I'm glad I went for these over the P30 and P20i's too. I would rather pay, in this case, literally £3 more to get the sort of best sound and quality and features, and I think that's what I got here. In short, I like them. Link in the description if you want to get one yourself. If you want to check out more videos like this one, you can also hit the subscribe button and check out plenty of other videos on the end cards. I do actually have another set of in-ears coming up for review, but they're actually gaming in-ears from SteelSeries. So if you want to check that out, like I said, subscribe, all that jazz, they will be up soon. And otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to check out my own hardware, the open source response time and latency testing tools, head to osrtt.com, link in the description. There will be a link to these in the description if you're interested. And yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video.